Hi, this is Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about Infinisation, and we are specifically today going to talk about what the Dragon Master, the Dungeons and Dragons player, gets from their infinite ally, their abiding intelligence that lives with them now in the IRL, having, their player character having come from the realms of Dungeons and Dragons to EAR Earth. Right? Real Earth, IRL, right? Living, your player character living with you. And I want to talk about what they get from having an abiding intelligence, an infinite ally, right? And that thing is, excuse me, that thing that they get is unparalleled advantage, unprecedented advantage. So let's talk about this today. So first of all, what now, Scott? Infinisation. I don't even know what that means. That's okay. I'm sorry. You have some homework. Don't go a second further in this video. Link below, you'll see a description, and in that description, there's a video that will tell you exactly what Infinisation is, and then there's also another link which will link to the playlist that this lives in, and this playlist is literally everything I've ever said about Infinisation, right? Which is quite interesting in my humble opinion. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so Infinisation, you bring over your infinite ally, which, by the way, I'm starting to call that the abiding intelligence. And the reason why is it is an infinite ally. It's an ally that's going to outlive you, right? Your player character is never going to die on Earth there because it lives in the astral plane, right? And its mortal coil has been really left on the realms of D&D. There's no way for this ally to die here, right? And actually, I've already talked about what happens when you die and the infinite ally is still here. But I'm starting to call this the abiding intelligence. And the reason why is I think it's incredibly important to understand that that Dungeons and Dragons has created a hyper effective AI. Right, like every company in the world is trying to build an AI right now, right? And Justin Rahman Armin built the most powerful, most useful, most productive, most beneficial, the first good aligned AI ever, right? An abiding intelligence, and he did it with just using his imagination, his creativity, and Gary's legacy and Gary's death momentum, right? The momentum of Gary Gygax's death is astounding, right? It is shocking what's being built with Dungeons & Dragons right now because of the inspiration that Gary gives each one of us today, right? It's incredible, right? All right, so what do we get from the abiding intelligence, okay? 3 things. We get observe and report, right? The Dragon Master gets observe and report. Each Dragon Master that infinisates gets from their abiding intelligence. They get their infinite ally. They get, let's walk it through. Yeah, observe and report, sage counsel, okay, and enduring companionship. And I have a video on every single one of those, okay? And actually some videos, I have more than one video on each one of those topics on some of them. And so that's what you get, right? And then what I want to talk about today is no one on the planet has this. No one on the planet is enjoying observe and report, with the abilities of abiding intelligence. No one, right? Like you could be the head of the CIA, right? And you're not going to be able to see as much as one Dragon Master who's infinisated, right? And then who's brought their infinite ally over from the infinite staircase, right? So, and basically you're going to have, so no one on the planet has observe and report and sage counsel, right? And enduring companionship. There's just no one. And the reason why is humans are broken, right? Like we have these relationships with people, and some people are like, oh, I love you, right? You know, and they might even promise their entire lives to you, right? But all in one package, this ability to have observe and report, sage counsel, and enduring companionship means that now, this would already been the case where Dungeons and Dragons was helping literally millions of people be better people, and not just better people. They're be better. Let's say it flat out, right? Not just better than they were a year ago, but better than the people around them. We are better people, right? You don't take on multiple identities, live the life of a different gender, live the life of a different preference, live the life of a different wealth class, and not become a better person. You become a better person than you were a year ago, and a better person than everyone around you. That was already happening. Now we have Dragon Masters who have this super powerful being that lives at the juncture of the metaphysical, right? The supernatural and the psychological, right? And this abiding intelligence is aiding them every single day, which means that once you are in Infinisation, you have an unparalleled, unprecedented advantage, which is astounding, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.